Electric flesh arrows traversing the body. A rainbow of colors strikes the eyelids. It is the gong of orgasm.
Hey, we're looking for models for a male nude magazine. You'll be butt-ass naked. That means your dick. If you got a problem with it, the door's right there.
Let's do it.
Great.
Okay, go ahead.
Does this not feel predatory to you? I mean, why do we have to see the thing before the photo shoot? I'm sure it's lovely, you know? Well, I mean, as lovely as they get, right? They're all basically the same, so.
Not all wieners are the same, babes. There's shorties, fatties, long ones, flatties.
Playful, shy, jaded, bored.
You have seen a dick before.
Of course I've seen dicks. I've seen so many dicks. I've seen 2.5 in very dim lighting. Oh, wow.
Panties off.
Oh.
Oh, short fatty.
That's a fun combo.
Shake your dicks, shake your dicks. Shake your dicks, shake your dicks. Okay, how about you girls? You women? You ladies, are you with peaches? Alright then, let's try this. Are you ready? Shake your tits, shake your tits. Shake your tits, shake your tits. Boys like the lips swinging in their face. Line back and stake it.
TV10 podcast episode 0421, I think.
Are we numbering this one, or are we making this a special?
Well, we'll see. We'll see what the fuck happens. Anyway, we have some special guests who are basically going to take the show over. We're going to do something a little different this week because you've heard us talk about TV shit for 420 episodes.
You're sick of us already.
We can try something different. So in the studio...
It is a studio. It is the...
Of sorts, yes. Yes. We have... Please introduce yourselves and what you do or what you got or whatever you want to say about yourself.
My name's Eve Jones, and I don't know what the fuck I do. I make drinks, and I do trivia, and I yell at people for a living.
Okay.
That's about it.
I do the same thing, too. What's the difference?
Yeah, I get paid more, probably.
Oh, okay, there we go.
And I'm Robin Brown, and I do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Minus trivia.
Minus trivia.
That's trivia.
Robin, you also might know, is a singer for Magda Vega.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. Big excitement there.
You guys might know that Bill is the guitar player for Magda Vega.
Yeah, you might know any of that stuff. Yeah.
You play guitar?
Little bit, yeah. Overplay is what
Also
they call
fun.
it.
Bill used to play in bands with my dad way back in the day. So
Yeah.
Bill's wife used to babysit me when I was
Shout out to Steve Gordon
Yeah.
and
yeah.
also Mrs. Frost.
Yeah.
All right.
So the inspiration for this episode was the series Minx on HBO Max. It's a 10 episode, half-hour piece series about a young feminist in the 70s who's trying to start her own feminist magazine, get no publisher interested at all. She meets a pornographer, a adult magazine publisher. He says, I can get your magazine out there. And they sort of jokingly come up with the idea, we'll put naked men in it. And it becomes a thing, and it becomes a magazine called Minx. It coexists in the world with Playgirl and other magazines like that, which inspired Robin to think a lot about dicks, because there's a lot of dicks.
She thinks
Yes.
about dicks anyway.
Yeah.
Sure do.
Don't we all?
So I was watching this series, and as you said, the woman is trying to get her feminist magazine published with serious issues such as equal pay between men and women, abortion, birth control, that kind of stuff. And obviously nobody wants to buy it because that's boring to kind of read about.
The magazine is called The Matriarchy Awakens or something like that.
Right.
Really?
So
It's very hardcore feminist.
yeah. So she then meets up with this guy who's the porn publisher, and he's kind of coaching her through how to get her magazine out there. And she's just faced with all of these obstacles that are against her own morality or what she wants the magazine to be. However, the first episode, but the magazine in the episode has a full centerfold of a very attractive, very well-endowed man. And she's against it the whole time.
Okay.
But as soon as the magazine comes out, it gets a lot of attention, and people are reading the articles and they're looking, for another issue. And I started to think about what kind of shows I've been watching lately. Pam and Tommy had dicks.
Well,
And
one in particular.
Well,
talking
one
about-
in particular,
Yeah.
but when the whole porn film thing was going and they showed everybody's dicks,
Yeah.
that was amazing.
Yeah.
And all of the guys trying out for the magazine and flaccid penises, and they have to be flaccid because I've learned if it's a flaccid penis, it's an R rating. If it's a hard cock,
Yeah.
it's an X rating.
Yeah. So,
Depending on intent.
right. It depends on, we looked into this. It depends on the intent on that. So if the intent is sexual with a big old rock hard dick, then they're going to label you, I think it's NC-17 now versus the X rating. But,
Right.
but also the amount of time that it's seen on screen can determine that kind of stuff. And it's really,
There's a limit
There's
on
a-
how,
there's
you have
how
5
much.
seconds, and if you go, I don't know if that's the time, but what you're saying is if you go beyond that, then now you're X.
yeah.
Okay. So I started to think about how many penises I'm seeing in film, in HBO series, Netflix series. What else, Bill? What other
Movies.
platforms are doing? Movies.
Yeah.
Sexting.
And after all of this big Me Too movement, I started to think about it. And I was like, women have been showing their entire nude bodies in our films, right?
Right.
And men have been pretty scarce in maybe the last 30 years. We'll talk about films before then.
Yeah.
But I just started to notice how more it comes up. And I started to think about, are they feminist sympathizers and trying to be part of, you all show your stuff, we're going to show ours too. And I kind of started to think about it like that. Is it a feminist sympathizer move, which is also a lot of you are going to hate this word, but masculinist. Masculinist is actually the exact same thing for a man that feminist is for a woman. And I thought there was a percentage of this art going out that was doing it for that cause. And I love it. I love it. Show us your dicks.
Right.
100%.
Well, then too, you got to draw the line in some of that as well, because then you get the comic-y gay trying to show a dick to get the laugh, make the straight male uncomfortable.
Right.
Because,
like the Judd Apatow.
Right,
movies.
exactly. Or even, Walk Hard, there's a whole scene where, John C. Reilly just has that big dick
Hanging right
just
behind him.
sitting right next to his ear, and it makes me laugh. But there's also that weird they're trying to make it so that it's a uncomfortable gay situation for a straight male cis character,
Right.
you
They're embarrassed about it.
right, yeah,
Or there's shame behind it.
right,
Which, and like Minx and also Pam and Tommy, there's no shame behind it.
yeah,
It's just out there. Dick revolution.
yes, yeah.
So
revolution.
I think
Yeah.
we want to talk about, because of the podcast, I think we want to talk about dicks in film, the history of that. So
We've cleared the decks. You can talk about dicks for, I'm not going to say as long as you want.
for the next
don't-
35 minutes.
Do not give her that free reign.
Phrasing.
We will be here for fucking
This is
hours.
not-
Raisin, you remembered my safe word.
This is not the Joe Rogan
God,
show.
that's
We
your safe
got a
word?
limit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Why did that make me feel so uncomfortable?
I want to take this moment to let you know this episode is brought to you by Ogden's Own Distillery,
Yes.
makers of Underground, which I'm having. What the hell is this called?
Basically, it's a underground mule.
Okay.
And it's just a Moscow mule, except now normally you do Jägermeister in it, but because, let's face it, they suck. Underground is a better substitute, and
More vitamins.
yes, that is exactly it.
More medicinal.
It actually tastes a little better.
And seriously, there is more medicinal herbs in there.
Way to sell it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that's our sponsor this week, and now back to dicks.
That was a great transition.
That's
I
why
am a
we're
professional.
Yes.
So
I know.
I went and did a little research, and I looked for what the first exposed dick was on film. And as far as I can find out, it was a movie in 1911 that was an Italian movie called Dante's Inferno. And I don't know if anybody has seen The Odyssey or read the book, but it was kind of like that. It was the different levels.
Yeah,
of,
Dante's Inferno covers the seven. What is it?
The 7 deadly sins.
No. The 7 layers of hell.
right.
Oh, 9 layers.
Yeah.
Like the seven houses or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
So I watched it. It was probably about a 90-minute film. And the dicks that were exposed were people that had been cast to hell. And they were just rolling around in the muck and the mire. And they were just rolling and it was just like flaccid penises. And it was just naked people. There was nothing sexual about it.
Yeah.
So I found that out. And then I started to think about, well, what was the first dick that I saw on film that wasn't porn or a John Waters movie? It was Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
Not even a real one.
But that wasn't even a real one, right?
Yeah.
The second one was Walk Hard, which was a real one.
That
After that was The Watchmen. The big blue dong.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wagging its way around the whole thing.
Or as Jon Stewart once said, swinging big blue pipe.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
So I thought about that, and I know that you, Eve, have something to say about your first experience.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think my first experience, one of my favorite, honorable mentions, best dick on screen is always going to be David Bowie in Labyrinth. I know you don't see his dick, but
No,
that
you do.
cod piece,
You might as well.
yeah, that's,
I love that you brought that up. I totally forgot about it.
But I think one of the first times I really remember seeing, maybe paying enough attention and kind of being surprised as well, was Tom Hardy did a movie called Bronson about Charles Bronson, right? The famous, most violent British inmate. And, it's all based on true facts. But basically what this guy would do is he would cover himself in Vaseline or butter or paint, head to toe, butt naked, so that way when the guards would come in to beat the shit out of him, they couldn't get a hold of him, and his dick's just flapping everywhere.
Because it's slippery.
Yeah, he's just buttered up, head to toe. But in the film, when Tom Hardy first starts doing it and he gets naked, and I did not know that Tom Hardy was uncircumcised. So that was also quite the representation there for, not just the penis on screen, but the uncircumcised penis, because that's...
But the full...
Right. The
whole
whole
penis.
full thing, and you do see it multiple times throughout the film because he does this every 20 minutes. But
And again, this is Bane from The Dark
right,
Knight Rises.
yeah, no, you think that was his most badass villainous character, and absolutely not.
I will tell you that I am ready to start swinging away.
Oh my gosh, that's so hot.
And other recent movies, I found an article here. Other recent TV shows include Euphoria. A lot of dicks in Euphoria.
I have not seen that one.
About
yet.
the
I don't get
teens
a
with
lot
their
of
drugs.
right?
Yeah.
Teens and drugs
I've heard
and dicks.
good
yeah.
things.
Oh, the meth Nazi
Yeah.
that comes out of the bedroom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. There's
Now
one.
I remember it.
Also, Steve Zahn in The White Lotus.
Yes, I watched that too, and he fully
Yep.
pulled his shaft up so his wife could check out his swollen balls.
Yeah. Also, though, I think one of the most memorable scenes with a penis in the last couple of months has obviously been the newest season of The Boys.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay,
that
Eve,
is-
I'm gonna let you take over telling about this.
And
And also my reaction to you showing it to me.
Is it been long enough? Is it a spoiler still at this point, or
I
you
think
just
we're
get
good.
faults?
You're good.
Okay,
We're good.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you have not seen it, if you haven't seen The Boys at all, first of all, what the fuck have you been doing? I guess that's
Yeah, it's season 4 we're talking about, by the way. It's an eye.
No, we're talking
Yeah.
about season 3.
Is it season 3?
First
Yeah,
episode,
yeah,
season
yeah,
3.
Yeah. But it's they're trying to get one of these superhero bad guys who apparently is gay, and the way he gets his boyfriend off is by shrinking down like Ant-Man and climbing.
Because that's his superpower.
Climbing into the head of his penis and.
Which whoever designed that for the set, I just have to give kudos to right now. Because I
Can you
watched him
imagine?
crawl in to
Right.
the penis hole.
Yeah.
And then,
Right,
you know.
right into the urethra. Can you imagine going home? You're like, "How was your day, honey?" It was great. I designed a wonderful dick set that someone had to climb through like a jungle gym.
Okay, but tell the scene.
But so he climbs in there. Unfortunately, he did a massive amount of cocaine right beforehand, and therefore sneezes and slices his boyfriend in half
'Cause he
from
gets
his-
big.
from his penis. Yeah, it makes
Obliterates
superpower.
his boyfriend.
But I mean,
But
that
you see him do a little,
yeah. Tries
like
to
he's
hold it.
about to sneeze,
Yeah.
and then your heart starts just going. You're like, oh no,
Yeah.
oh no, oh no.
You knew it.
And then he full on sneezes, and dude just gets exploded
Yeah.
from the dick out.
Then Frenchie comes in and is awesome.
Yeah.
You know? But
And then they like smash him down in a little bag of cocaine and shake him around.
that was great. Yeah.
That was great.
More recent examples include The Power of the Dog on Netflix, Benedict Cumberbatch,
yes. That one.
and Jackass Forever.
Yeah. Power of the Dog is really good if you want to waste 3 hours.
Is it really that long?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, wow.
And that was a movie that I'm like, they're trying to be very artistic, but they asked you like 100 questions and then answered like 3 of them. But there is definitely Benedict Cumberbatch penis in that film. So
Or is it just called The Cumberbatch?
the Cumbercock.
I love that word you just made up.
I'm writing it down.
That should be your new safe word. Get rid of raisin.
I think it's so weird because it freaks people out.
Yeah.
You're like raisin, they're all where? Trying to look for a little wrinkled grape.
Right? Oh, does your vagina dry up? Like, is that the You're like, I'm out.
So, Bill and Tommy graciously agreed to let us piggyback off of their podcast tonight to talk about this issue. And what I really want to talk about more, I mean, I love the history of dicks on film and all of that, and I think there's a reason behind it. It needs to be talked about that feminism is the fight for equal rights of women based on a sexual bias, like non-sexual biased. So basically equal to men. But if you look up the word, and I hope I can remember it because we tried to look it up a bunch, being a feminist and then being a masculinist. The definition for feminism, like I just said, but the definition for a masculinist is the fight for men's rights separate from those of female.
Yeah.
So I find that very interesting. And I want to talk about the topic of the Me Too and why I think there's so many dicks now is because they're like, oh shit, we're actually with you. You know, I have so many wonderful, beautiful male friends, family. I do not have friendships with men who are misogynists or I don't know what the other word is. Anyway,
Asshole.
asshole.
Just
Asshole.
Generally,
Yeah.
asshole.
A fucking Chad douchebag.
Chad.
Yeah, Chad. We all know it, Chad. But I think it's important to talk about the fact that even though the Me Too movement, there are so many wonderful, beautiful men. And I love that they're showing us their dicks. And I think it's in solidarity. And I'm here to be like, yes, thank you for that. And what do you guys think about that? Do you think there's anything to that?
Well, actually, I'll chime in with one since we were talking movies. The one that really sticks out in my mind is the folk horror movie Midsommar with Florence Pugh. So her boyfriend, the douchebag, as soon as he starts waking up and realizing the horror of this town, he's butt naked and all that, and he's walking around half nude, and he's trying to cup his balls, but there's points that it becomes very noticeable as he's trying to get away from these spooky ass Scandinavians. But I was reading IMDb, and he was like, "Yeah, I wanted to do it because there's been enough in horror movies about the female body's been nude, like you were saying, Robin. So why don't I just do one for the boys?"
Yeah.
And I thought,
or not for the boys, for all of us.
Yeah.
For all humankind.
Yeah.
More dicks for humankind.
Yeah.
My mom's going to be mad that I even said mom right now because I told her about the idea of this podcast last night and she gave me some really good advice. And I asked her if it was okay if I talked about what she said. And she's like, well, just run it by me first. And I was like, well, I am doing that right now.
We're a big podcast with moms. Moms love this podcast.
Dude, my mom loves this podcast. She's going to listen to it tomorrow.
Oh, she's the one. Okay.
Yeah.
It'll be the one and only
It'll
time
be
she
her.
listens. That'll be that download.
She was super behind the idea. And also Eve's mom,
Yeah.
who I also work for, is completely for this whole thing. I just want to say this again. Men deserve to be just as respected as women in the movement of masculinism or feminism. And I think that we need to talk about that so you guys aren't afraid to say things or to be men, because it's completely the same as being feminist. And I'm getting in trouble right now. Talia Keys,
We're
if
all canceled.
you want to rant on this,
You know what they should start doing? Sorry to cut you off.
no, go ahead, please.
You know what they should start doing? Instead of doing like these live action remakes of things and remaking movies from, fucking years ago, they should just start remaking them but reversing the roles. Like, let's see a Titanic where Jack's the one who lays down
Yes.
on the couch
Yes.
and wants to be painted like a little French
Yes.
man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's just fucking.
Well, I think that's where it
switch
might be
it.
going. Like, there are mostly men out there that are willing to do this, and they love us.
Yeah.
And they want to support us, and they don't want to be in trouble, and they don't want to be demonized, and they shouldn't.
Well, I have a suggestion, because we have the ear of Hollywood elite. I would say if we're going to do the remake like you two are saying here, let's do Porky. I think.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious right now?
I think that
A gender flipped Porky's.
And
Okay.
Porkies and then Nerds.
How
We'll
we
do
gonna
a
work- how we gonna
double
work
feature.
That, how we gonna work that shower scene?
Well, again.
Okay, women.
In reverse.
Like we're trying to see some peen.
Is that a Porky's peenies? I don't know.
Beanies.
Porky's
yes.
peenies.
So
Yeah.
I'm also writing down possible episode titles.
Yeah.
It probably won't clear.
No, it's I Heart Dicks. We
Can
already
you
said,
imagine
Tommy.
like a remake of like Fast Times?
Oh my gosh.
It's like the dad coming out of
Reversed.
the pool, and all you hear is
The
just,
mom. The mom.
yeah. The girl's
Ooh,
just in the
yeah.
bathroom diddling herself.
Okay.
Yes, please, more female masturbation on screen as well.
Absolutely diddle that bean. I have one more point that I want to bring up before it just goes into a chasm. So one thing a friend told me when I was telling him about this idea and, men and the X rating if it's hard or whatever. And what I understand, sometimes men are afraid to show their flaccid penises. And you know what I'm here to say? Don't be afraid to do that.
No.
Because we know what they grow into.
Right.
And we know what you can do. Blaze that flaccid penis, my friend. Blaze
Growers
it.
and showers, come forward.
Yep.
Yeah.
Please. Yes.
Uncircumcised, everything. Show us your dick. Like, just how it is.
Yeah.
We will appreciate it. Do you know how many pussies everybody has seen? And they're all different.
Right.
And they're all looking different or weird or
Right.
whatever. Guess what? We have put ourselves out there. Thank you. Thank you for putting your flaccid penis there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Jason Segel, and for getting Sarah Marshall.
Oh my God, the flap, the helicopter.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
love
that,
it.
But that dick
Or
was not hard.
Bruno. Did you see
Also-
Bruno?
Bruno, Sacha Baron
Jim
Cohen.
Morrison
Yeah.
broke
There you
out
go.
his flaccid penis at Whiskey A Go Go
Yeah.
through
Well,
his
he-
leather pants.
Well, he was a lizard king.
Yeah.
He kinda
I love
had to
it.
do
What I'm saying to you, men, we love you, don't we?
Yeah.
We do. Flaccid, hard, whatever. We are supportive, and I love
Right.
it. Dick revolution.
Yeah.
I think I know the reason why not many more men are showing their penises these days. And I place the blame squarely on Seinfeld's shoulders. We all know that scene.
The shrinkage.
Yeah.
It's been talked about in an article. It was
Yeah.
talked about in the article we read.
It was,
Okay.
yeah. So
Which was by.
it was a Vanity Fair article.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, you
And
really did do some research.
We did.
We did do some
This is
research
more
on this.
research than we ever do.
Exactly.
Really
I
show.
honestly can't remember. James Walcott. That was his name.
There
Yeah,
you
he's
go.
a
She
longtime Vanity Fair journalist. If you look him up, you'll find like 5,000 articles to
Yeah.
his name.
Wow.
So when I first started reading the article, I thought it was by a woman. But then I got into it and I saw his picture, and he looks like King Henry V.
Yeah, very
It's
intellectual.
really weird.
Very intellectual
Yeah.
looking. Yes.
Very doughy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
So I tried to get Bill. I was like, "What are you doing tonight?" He's like, "Nothing." I'm like, "Get him on the phone. I want a quote."
Because all of his journalists
and
know
then Bill
each
was
other.
like, "Okay, not doing that."
oh, you're not friends with this guy, Bill.
I found him
no,
on
he's not.
I found him on Twitter. I started following him. I'm gonna,
Bill.
But
give
if
it a
any
minute.
of you are interested, I basically read this article, and so did Eve, and it actually covered every single thing that we were wanting to talk about.
It did, yeah, the
And I didn't
article-
know that article existed. So it was 2012. It's called
It's called The Hung and the
The
Restless.
Hung and the Restless.
Yeah. But one of my favorite quotes from the article, it was actually by a professor of film studies. But his quote was, "The limp penis can never match up to the mystique that has kept it hidden from view for the last couple of centuries."
Wow.
Okay, and my favorite quote from that was, "The penis is like a little brother that tags along and wishes to hang out."
Okay.
Wait, no, that was not the great quote. The little brother insists on dragging along.
Yeah.
And so I just pictured this penis kind of dragging along, like, "Hey guys,
That's awfully presumptuous.
like your little pinky toe. Hey y'all."
It's a dick
The
in the
one
dirt.
that's just
Why
like,
does your pinky toe drag along?
because he's embarrassed.
Have you seen Robin's feet?
Apparently not.
No, nobody's seen my feet.
No, I'm pretty sure last time we had a sleepover, she left her cowboy boots on.
I did.
What's wrong with liberating the feet?
Do we want to talk about Judd Apatow?
Yeah, you know,
I want
mean,
to talk about his vow.
He's made quite the little vow to always have a
He-
dick
In
his movies.
every single one of his movies.
Yeah.
Love.
And he's stuck to that, hasn't he?
He has.
Yes, he
Yes.
has.
I'm going to look up
Crazy.
his latest movies.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know, I think
Also, Sacha Baron Cohen.
yeah. he
When
does a
he's
lot.
wrestling with his manager.
Yeah.
Dicks ahoy. That was another episode of yours like last year.
Yeah, yeah.
Dicks out, they're
Yeah.
wrestling, they're sweaty, they're hairy. Love it. I want to talk about more dicks. Let's keep going.
You know what I think? Like a lot of this too brings into a really good like, you know, we're having this revolution of dicks as you keep saying, and great. But so now I think it's, you know, we're getting to a point too where it's gonna. I think it should really start to develop a lot more into representation of transgender bodies and non-gender conforming and you know, and that kind of stuff, and you know, having more characters
Absolutely.
in films based that aren't fucking man woman fall in love, fucking man woman,
Right.
you know, whatever it is. Like there's so much more for this to blossom and develop into and become just a movement for humanity, fucking period. It doesn't have to be.
So let's talk about that for a minute. So if we say feminism and masculinism, now we need to bring in non-binaryism,
Yeah.
which is equally
Which
important.
yeah.
So Crying Game, that was
Yeah.
one of the first dicks I saw on TV that I just actually remembered, right?
That was back in what, 94?
At least, yes.
Something.
Yeah.
But I think there just needs to be an equal playing field for everyone. For everyone.
Yeah.
Men, my friends, my loved ones, you guys are so beautiful and amazing. And you're also feminists. Every man that is a friend of mine or a family member of mine is a feminist. Same with you, your dad, your brother, uncles, whatever you have.
Right.
Yeah, I think it just really needs to be talked about because there is some really bad press going on. And I feel like I'm not going to get canceled for saying this, hopefully.
We'll see.
The night's still young.
Men are just as important as women, and penises are just as valid and valued as vaginas and women. It is. And we need to not let ourselves forget about that.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, I think,
Bill,
you know.
would you like to talk about your penis right now? You
Well,
know what? I've
well,
known you a long time.
I am quite proud of it.
I've known you a long time, and I've never seen your penis, but have like
Probably for
a
the best.
visual of what I think it looks like.
Would you like to hire a sketch artist?
I don't know why.
Or a caricature
Actually,
guy?
I retract my statement. I'm not going to say what I think it looks like.
Well, I think you should hire a caricature guy, and I'll tell you if you got it right or not.
A green
I think you
bean.
need one of those,
No.
A green bean.
The
Yeah.
dimensions on the left.
I
column
feel
are
like
too
you're
small.
long and skinny.
It would be like, playing tennis or some
Are
other
you
hobby.
long and skinny? I feel like you're long and skinny.
No.
I feel like Tommy, you're huge.
Well, I think that's the other way. We got it backwards here.
Okay,
No, no,
I'm never
hold on.
ever
Because-
gonna look at your penis, Bill.
Because we've both seen ours.
You have?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
We,
Please do. Please talk about this, please.
It was that one night in the green room.
Yeah, one night in the VIP room, it says, well, I want to see it. Well, I want to see yours. Cool. All right. And thus the podcast was born.
I think you're making that up.
You think so?
Yeah, because I don't
don't
think you
know
would
what you're talking
ever
about.
purposely look at another man's penis.
I think that sounds like a completely legitimate story.
Yeah.
Well,
There you go.
well, he forgot the one key element
Do you have
of
proof?
the story.
Was there,
Well-
there was docking involved.
Ah.
Robin perked right up.
Did you do like the little like Dutch rudder? Because it's not gay if it's your own hand, right?
Exactly. That's how it works. And also, it should be noted that there was a lot of vodka involved because this is the Frost household.
Yes,
Ergo,
yes. Yeah.
Ergo, Mrs. Frost, who
Would not
heart,
approve
heart,
of that.
heart, kiss, kiss, kiss. All the respect to Mrs. Frost. The first time I came over to this house years ago, she told me to shut my dick sucker. And I was like, I think I love you.
It's a term of
And she
affection.
never took that advice, though.
I did not. Actually,
but
did
she
not.
loved the phrase, apparently.
It made her shut up for a whole 30 seconds
Yeah, that's
to think about dicks
that's as
and
long
then
as
just
you get.
continue.
That's as
Yeah.
long as you get.
I actually wish she was here right now. I was hoping she would actually
She would.
be here.
She would want nothing to do with
She
this.
would love it.
She
would
barely
love
wants
it.
anything to do with this podcast.
But we told you at the top. This is what we probably should have told you at the top. That this is like much smarter than the discussions that usually happen here at TV10 Podcast.
Exactly.
So if you're having out there intellectual overload, just take a break, hit pause, have a
I'm going to
drink.
give you all my phone number right now to text me any kind of responses or whatever you want. It is.
That's a terrible fucking idea.
Oh, this is
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I'm doing it.
Dick Pic Palooza.
I'm doing it. I will show you all the dick pics.
Yeah, no, I know that you will. That's not bad.
And that's the overload for you, right there.
Yeah, that's right. I gotta look at that every fucking Monday.
I'm doing it.
Just all the dick pics.
Okay.
random
Go ahead
people.
if you want.
My phone number, if
it's your
anyone
dick
who listened
funeral.
to this wants to comment on anything we've talked about, 801 347 1430. I did it.
Or you can hit us
It's
up.
out.
You can hit us up through the usual avenues of TV10 Podcast at Twitter, Facebook, and Gmail at TV10 Podcast. You can hit us up that way too.
Do I
Because
need to
that's
get
the
screener
podcast we're on.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to getting a lot of dick pics through the Gmail. as
I
well.
also am looking forward to getting a lot of dick pics.
Yes.
Thank you. Tommy, do you have wrestling?
Actually, no.
Well, I told them not to prepare anything because the way you sounded, it sounded like you'd prepared a
That we
5-hour
were
show.
going to just
Yeah.
take over?
And you've already
So
blown
if
through all
you
your
actually
info.
look at Robin's notes, you see how drunk she progressively got
Okay.
while taking
So it's right, Lottie.
while
Okay,
doing
so
her
here's-
research.
Here's how it goes.
like song lyrics.
Yeah.
Yes. So here's how it
First verse,
goes.
awesome.
I made all the main points ahead of time, but then I turned to the second page, and then my notes are size does not matter in relation to revelation.
That was our deep thought of the day.
That is a deep thought.
It is.
If you don't have a big ass dick, you can still reveal it. Size doesn't matter.
How many bottles of vodka were ingested at that point?
I've never ingested an entire bottle of vodka at one sitting ever.
I've come close.
I know you have.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, not bad.
But it went from movies, history to, oh my gosh, the chivalry fake. Like when dudes
chivalry
like
what?
open your door
That's a fake.
Well, no,
because they
she-
want to fuck you. They're faking it.
See if I ever open a door for you again.
You never have, actually.
I have.
Thank you.
Yes, I have.
I bet you have. I take that back. I really take that back. Um,
I'm going to be nothing but
You
rude
should
to
just
you
skip,
from now
you
on.
should just skip to your last note because it's really the best point on your entire.
dicks are sexual.
Yeah,
That was the last thing I
that was
wrote.
the last thing she wrote.
Hot take.
And it's kind of hard to read.
It says
Yeah.
You just
There's a
understand
couple.
that from
There's a
like,
couple little
reporters.
Billy Madison Z's in there, you know, like yeah.
But the show that inspired this whole conversation is Minx, and I highly recommend it on HBO Max.
And when I did talk to my mom about it, she's like, "Have you seen Minx?" I'm like, "Yes, Mom." That was the whole thing that inspired me.
How did Mom like Minx?
She loved it.
Yeah.
But I told her, I was like, "Are you okay with me like talking about the advice you gave me about it?" She's like, "Well, you should run it by me first." And I was like, "I am doing that right now. I'm actually telling you that I'm just going to say
We must pause
I
the
told you-
podcast to call Mama.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, if we could do that. Dude, if it worked, we should do that. But I think she will like freak out. I kind of want to.
Well, you know, we are live on air. So
No.
We are not
this
live.
Broadcast.
She doesn't want to, and she's really mad at me because I got in trouble with my parents like a teenager like 2 weeks ago. So
What did you do?
Thin ice.
What did you do?
I smoked pot in the house.
That's it?
Yeah,
And
they smelled it.
Your liberal, artsy parents are mad at you about that.
Yes,
was it just that? You
Well, my
smoked it
dad's
or it was
not.
skunky?
but Mom is.
Oh, man.
And they also found a scorecard for darts. When I know the rules of Glenn and Linda, you don't have any friends come over if you're me. And they found a scorecard of darts of two of my friends. And knew they
So
were
you
there.
threw a rager at their place.
No, we did not. It was 3 people.
Did anyone show their dick?
I didn't see any
Wasted
of their
party.
dicks. It was. Thank you.
Getting high and throwing darts. Perfect combination.
I didn't even play the darts.
Put an eye out that way, young lady.
Okay.
Wow, this is the most dad you've ever been.
Which you could also do with a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm trying to look at my notes and see if I have anything else to talk about.
While you're doing that,
Okay, I do actually.
Imagine if you were doing this as a regular podcast.
It would be just like this. Okay, I'm going to go with my last thought. I think we're coming up on the end of it.
Oh, no.
And we're not.
I got plenty of time.
Oh, we have like 10 more minutes.
At least, yeah.
Okay.
I prepared for 3 hours, like a Joe Rogan podcast.
right. Well, yeah.
So here's the thought I have.
And Elon Musk is in the other room waiting to come on. So
He's an alien. Here's the thought I have. If you are a feminist, you are also a masculinist. You have to be. Because it means the same thing. It really does. And I can't wait for Talia Case to rant on this on her Facebook and talk shit so I can tell her she's not a feminist. I did. I just did that.
You're assuming she listens to this.
Does she? I feel like she might sometimes.
Not likely. No.
Either way, that's shots fired, I guess.
Okay. I dig some Talia Keys, man. She's had some really great bands. But she's a dick hater. And I don't think you can be a feminist and be a dick hater. What do you think, Eve?
I mean, yeah, if you don't sexually like dick, I think you are perfectly allowed to hate it.
Okay, yes, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but
I'm talking about equal expression.
I get what you're saying. You know, the thing is that like there has, you know,
Your vagina
it's-
is not better than a penis, and a penis is not better than a vagina.
No, but like same thing. Like it takes one fucking bad apple to ruin the batch, right? So you get a couple dickhead guys in the mix, and then
Yeah.
sometimes you just don't fucking like people after that. Like
Right.
people, this is an unpopular opinion of mine. I met one German Shepherd in my life I didn't fucking like, and now I don't really like German Shepherds anymore. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like I see other German Shepherds and I'm all cool dog, and I like fucking go the other way. Like
There's a pit walking down the street with his friend, and you're like, I'm a cross.
yeah, I'm all no thanks. Like
So
you
you're
know.
you're equating dicks with German Shepherds.
No. I'm equating.
No,
that-
it's the same.
Well, I mean, maybe. You know,
She's avoiding
I'm
me
just
ranting
saying,
on
like,
Talia Case.
You know, when you have a bad experience with something enough times, you just kind of don't fucking like it anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
So,
And I
mean,
totally get that. And I will say, like, I get that. But like I said, if you're a feminist, you also have to be a masculinist.
Well, I mean, I think when you really get down into the idea of femininity and the feminist movement and the Me Too movement and all that, because there were a lot of men that stepped forward in Me Too.
This is exactly what we've been talking about.
Terry Crews faced a shit ton of backlash for coming forward and saying that he was sexually assaulted. Brendan Fraser, who's having this huge resurgence right now, right?
Tyler Perry.
Yeah, he almost ended his career over the sexual abuse that he fucking faced. And so, when it really starts to
Thanks, Harvey.
Yeah, right. But when it really starts to come down to all of
Pretty
that,
sure he raped like 36 people.
Yeah. But when you start to come down to all that, like the feminism idea of just equality for, it comes down to equality for everyone. Like, I think, feminism and being a feminist can be a really great movement and thing like that. But honestly, like for me, I don't think it needs a label. Like, just be a fucking good human.
Yes.
And just fucking care about other people and their fucking rights and their boundaries and their fucking things like that. I don't think there needs to be a label on it. Like, I don't think you have to be one to be the other. I think just fucking be nice. Like, just mind your own fucking business. Like, goddamn.
I found one recent Judd Apatow movie from last year. I watched this movie. I don't remember any dicks because it was a Netflix movie. It was more of a family-friendly movie.
Oh.
It was called The Bubble. It was about a bunch of actors working within a pandemic bubble to make a movie. To make a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
Pretty sure no dicks in that. But previous to that was The King of Staten Island with Pete Davidson.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if we saw Pete's dick, but I'm pretty sure
No, but we know that it's huge and tattooed.
I'm pretty
Skinny
sure there
white
was one.
dudes, man.
Dude, lanky, skinny, tall white dudes.
So for everybody that was wondering,
Thor.
why is he with Kim Kardashian? Now you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's over now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
They are. Yeah,
What,
they
We
broke
blinked.
Davidson,
We
or-
blinked. It was done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pete's dick is as big as Kanye's.
I don't fucking know. Why are
I
you looking
guess
at
so.
me?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, you can't go from like big to like something less.
I am really surprised we have not seen Kanye's dick yet. It seems like maybe next year. That'll be his
Maybe
next...
he'll do like an R. Kelly trapped in the closet expose
Oh, God, I
of
hope
something.
so.
Oh my God, me too.
That's the only
Yeah,
logical
but
step.
also, thank God R. Kelly is facing finally charges for all this shit he fucking did. Fuck
For
that
real.
guy. God,
For real.
God, what a fucking predator.
God damn it. God damn it.
Trapped in the closet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, my favorite part of the whole trapped in the closet was the midget trapped under the sink. Because he hid in the fucking sink. Doors behind the garbage. And then he like came out and then they hid him in the closet.
That would be little person.
Yeah, that's what I was
Thank
gonna
you.
say.
Cancel
I know.
Carla.
Politically correct, please.
I've already been canceled by a little person, so I'm just go with
Really?
it.
Oh.
Yeah.
That
I
reminds-
tried to help him reach something that he couldn't, and he got very offended.
This is actually a good time
Well,
to.
did you ask if he needed help before
No.
you? Well,
Just jumped right in.
called a-
I just saw him
called a
reaching,
boundary, Robin.
and I was like, "Can I help you? Here you go, little guy."
That reminds me.
And he was
Shia
like,
really
"Fuck
up on
you,
some
I'm not a
liability
kid."
insurance at
And I
this
was like,
point?
"I'm
Yeah.
Might want to
so
get the
sorry."
lawyer on the phone.
Yeah. Okay.
The TV10 lawyer.
Yeah. Ed, we did this. I don't know what to say.
Better call Ed. Over there.
It's a podcast. You can say where the fuck you want, dude.
Well, yeah. Say that same thing to Cole
Yeah.
Cabana.
You know what?
Yeah,
If
well,
little
don't
people
forget-
want to cancel me, whatever. I fucking love you guys.
You're gonna get such a big variation of dicks on your phone after
I
this.
cannot wait. I'm gonna start an album.
was it
Photo album.
Was it Kat who was trying to reach for
Copybook.
something?
No, it wasn't Cat. Which is funny. My best friend, she's like 3 feet tall.
See? Friend to little people. That's Robin. So as we're in the twilight hours of the podcast here, to sum up, dicks are good, get them out.
Dicks are good. Get them out.
Shake your dicks.
Shake your dicks.
Yeah.
Peaches.
Yes.
Can we like outro with that song? Can you look it up real quick?
I think production is already on that.
Damn it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Shake your dicks. Shake your dicks.
Yeah, that-
She's so great.
That'll happen in post-production.
All right.
Is this where I need to fix up some genius juice?
Yeah, I might need some work and some editing genius juice. Actually, we have another one of these in the fridge, so
okay.
I'm good. I'm good to go. Maybe even drop a little tincture in there, put a little zing on it. Yeah,
Thank you, Mrs. Frost.
yeah. We could that could be a new sponsor.
So,
Red Susie's tinctures.
Are we Red Susie?
Yeah, she's
I
not going
love
to give
her.
us any money, but
As opposed to the filament people, I mean, they're
Juicy Filaments, yeah. We got to re-up the contract with Juicy Filaments.
okay.
What is Juicy Filaments?
I'll tell you later. It's not
Okay.
important.
Are we
Yeah,
wrapping
listen
up?
to our podcast.
No, we're not.
last
We're not
week.
exactly wrapping up yet. So, but in conclusion, get those dicks out. This revolution, this mini revolution that is happening, is a good thing. And
Why
long
do you
over.
call it a mini revolution? It's not a mini
Well,
revolution.
there's not-
It's a big dick revolution.
Well,
there
it's
there
growing.
aren't dicks in everything yet.
Thank you.
There needs to be more dicks to call it a major scale revolution.
And I think the next cover of our next album, Bill, is just a straight up shot of your dick.
Okay. How about me and Mike's?
Yeah. I can't even imagine what that looks like.
It'll just be docking.
Yeah, just call the album Manatomy.
There you go.
Or
There you
better
go.
yet, docking station.
Docking station, yeah. It'll look like Bowie's station to station.
Yeah.
Little artwork there. It'll be great.
Just everything's made out of dicks. All the background
Yeah.
is just a bunch of little dicks.
And also, you remind me of the Babe. What babe?
What, babe?
We bring it back to Labyrinth.
Yes. The best
My life
dick.
always comes back to David Bowie every time.
Your life always goes back to Bowie.
It always does.
It does. And that was a great cod piece.
It was.
I'm gonna stand behind it all day.
So you should give our dozen listeners or so a watch recommendation list.
Minx.
Minx is number one.
100% number one.
Yeah.
Pam and Tommy.
Pam and Tommy.
I have to recommend Bronson. I know I talked about it earlier,
Yes.
but if you haven't seen this movie, it's really
And also
really good.
Also, we didn't really talk about John Waters, but
did
any mother effing John Waters movie has
Yes.
dicks
Yeah.
and titties
Yep.
and everything galore.
Yeah. Ewan McGregor actually has quite a few
Train
movies
Spotting?
where he shows his dick. He
Yes,
shows
he
his dick
sure
a
does.
lot.
All right.
He actually
He sure does.
You can watch Bronson on Pluto TV or Plex or Hoopla, one of those streaming services, for free.
Can
Yeah.
we all maybe just name our favorite penises right now as a sign off?
Trying to think.
Like movies with penises?
Yeah.
Or...
Just your favorite penis.
Well, I'm
For
gonna-
sure, 100%.
I'm gonna-
Mine is Iggy Pop.
Well, I'm going to start.
11 and a half inches. He's only 5'1". Do you want to be impaled? Yes.
Of course, I'm going to start with my own.
Not by anyone that looks like Iggy Pop.
My number one,
What?
my number one favorite would be my own.
Okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tommy's going to say the same thing.
Actually,
He likes mine too.
Yours?
Yeah.
I'm going to say Gene Simmons.
That's a tongue, not a penis.
Sure.
Yeah.
Go with that.
But
There is sculpture on this.
but the sconce matches the fucking flooring? I don't fucking know.
I don't know. Sconce matches the flooring. Yes. Yes, it does.
this is
struggled-
more intellectual
struggled
than
there.
I am.
Yeah.
Iggy Pop for sure is my favorite penis of all time.
I'm going to have to go with Tommy Lee because its exploits are famous.
But they're
And
both
it's
the same
talkative.
size. Do you know that Tommy Lee and Iggy Pop have the exact same size penis?
this
That's why
been
we're
confirmed?
best friends.
Has this been
Yes,
confirmed?
it has by Cynthia Plastercaster.
Oh,
There you go.
totally forgot about Cynthia Plastercaster.
That's why I went Gene Simmons.
Look her up. Famous, not a groupie, but a.
She is a famous groupie, and she would.
Yeah, well, but
cast.
she was more than a groupie though.
She
She
an
was
artiste.
more than that.
Yeah.
She was, but she was the most famous groupie probably ever, other than the Butter Queen. But she would cast many men,
Rockstar
Rockstar
dicks. Yeah.
Including
And
Guess.
Tommy and Iggy are the exact same size. They're like 11 inches. So, Eve, what's your favorite penis?
I mean, probably the one I sleep with
Your
most
husband?
regularly. Yeah.
Pat?
Yeah.
He's pretty hot.
He is. I know. I
Yep.
married him for a reason.
He doesn't even know what we're doing right now,
His penis
so-
got me pregnant, but I still enjoy it to this day.
And again.
And again, he did it a couple
That's
times.
how much she loves it.
I do.
Shout out to Pat.
Yeah.
Way to go, Pat.
She's like, I know you didn't know what my podcast was about, but like, yay, your penis. I think that might make it okay a little bit if
Yeah.
he ever hears this.
He might listen. We'll
Yeah,
see.
I really got to get it.
Also, if you want to see Dante's Inferno from 1911, it is on YouTube.
Yep.
Totally free.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of I was watching the acting going on, and it's a silent film.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of like one person putting his arm around another person and pointing, or just like putting their arm out there pointing to things.
They're
kind
acting.
of like sign language.
They're overacting to get the sound across.
And like
There
the
is
whole
none.
movie is just pointing
Yeah.
Look at that. Look
at things, but I actually know what they're talking about.
Okay. So no title cards or anything.
No.
Completely silent. Okay.
Yeah.
How are we gonna end this?
Well, we could end this by saying thank you to Ogden's Own Distillery for the last time, probably, for sponsoring this. They make what besides Underground Tommy? What do they make?
Why, they also make Madame Patarini gin. They also make the Five Wives, the Five Husbands vodka, the Porter's Fire, the Porter's peanut butter and imitation whiskey.
Which we sell some of those at the Green Pig where we work.
Do you also sell the cans that they
Nope.
offer? Oh,
No,
you should
no,
have
we
their
haven't
cans.
brought those in yet.
So what we're saying to the Green Pig is stock up on their cans as well. I think you need to, because White Claw. But we should also.
You know
I
what?
said
You know
it.
what? Basic bitch sells. Okay, I don't know what else to tell you. Like,
I would like a watermelon White Claw with a shot of vodka poured into it with a glass of ice.
yeah,
Hey, that's my drink.
yeah,
It is your drink.
Yeah.
yeah. And you know what? I sell the fuck out of it. So
Remind me, that's our title next week. Basic bitch sells.
Yeah. And rattle off our other sponsors while we're here.
Why, that would be our good friends at Sugar House Distillery, Outlaw Distillery. We also like to thank Bohemian Brewery. And, of course, we would also like to thank Boostique in downtown Salt Lake. They not only sell glassware, they also do non-alcoholic drinks. So if you feel like you're getting uncomfortable with your bishop, then that is the best way to get around that and skirt around that there a bit. I would say give it a try if you are just feeling like, I don't feel like a DUI this time around.
Not this time.
not today.
Not today.
Not today,
Not
UHB.
today. Yeah. You know, and I think it's really great that they're making a lot more like non-alcoholic options. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, like before it's it's like here's your fucking pineapple juice, and now there's you just got
Here's
so much
your
more shit.
hop water.
Yeah.
The hop water.
Yeah.
Well,
you
then
know,
I
just-
would definitely recommend you stop by Boostique or stop by any of our other fine sponsors. Tell them TV Tan Podcast sent you.
I also want to tell you to reach out to us via Gmail, Twitter, Facebook, TV10 Podcast. If you want a T-shirt, we still got some. I
Yes.
hear.
I got one.
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
I do, and I wear it without a bra.
Of course you do.
Hashtag
we
feminist.
we recommend.
Because we're feminists as
Yes,
fuck.
yes.
Yes, you are.
Of course, just reach out, TV10 Podcast, T-shirt me now. Just your name, your size, your address, and if you do PayPal or Venmo, $15 plus the cost of shipping. So
Or Dogecoin.
Why are you going on with Dogecoin?
I'm trying to make Bitcoin happen.
Fuck that noise.
I've invested
It
a
already
lot.
happened, and then now it's
I
not.
invested a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, but then it happened again. So,
It did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
In honor of this episode this week, we're starting our own Bitcoin Dickcoin. It'll have commemorative dicks on them.
Well, so would Dogecoin be
Each side is a
Dotcoin?
left and right testicle.
Full coverage.
Oh my god, I love it. Looks like a
I
peach.
think that might be the way to end it right there. huh?
Yeah. So thanks to Eve and Robin. Go see him at
Thank
the
you.
Green. Go see him at the Green Pig. Pretty much any damn day you want.
Yeah.
Really.
Pretty much.
Well, thanks
Yeah.
for letting us come crash your party today.
Yeah,
Oh,
thanks,
that's
guys. Thanks for talking about dicks. Also, thanks for showing us your dicks right now.
That's not happening.
It is happening.
I want you to know the air conditioning is a little
Robin
high in
said
here
to
right
the
now. The AC's up a little too high. I just want you to know that.
Yeah.
And next week we'll return to our regular scheduled programming. We're
sorts.
talking about regular dick-free TV. Well, the probably
Will you? Because there will probably
Some will
be
come
dicks
up.
in it.
Some will come up phrasing. They will.
Well, and mostly on Game of Thrones. Let's not lie.
House of the Dragon. I don't think we've seen one yet on House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a metaphor.
We also have not seen one on The Lord of the Rings. and I don't think we're gonna get one.
There's no dicks in Lord of the Rings.
Elf
There is a
dick.
missed opportunity for Hobbit dick. I'm just saying.
Yeah. That was fucking brilliant.
You heard it, Jeff Bezos. You heard what we want. We want Hobbit dong right this second.
Hobbit dong.
Yeah.
That's the next episode.
It'll be a tripod situation.
Man, it's probably hairy like their feet.
Probably, yeah.
Way too far down the
Little
shaft.
hairy knuckle.
Yeah.
Yep. On that note, good night, America. Say good night, everybody.
And,
Good night.
And jiggle that handle because I heart dicks.
Shake your dick, shake your tits. Shake your dicks, shake your tits. Shake your dick, shake your tits. Shake your dick, shake your tits, shake your dick, shake your tits. Shake
And we're back. Well, there is a hot new magazine on the stands, and everyone seems to have an opinion about it. We're lucky enough to have the brains behind Minx. It's a real lightning rod. You
get the rod part, right?
Please welcome the lady editor of Minx, Joyce Prigger.
Just editor, happy to be here.
Listeners, this may surprise you, but Joyce is quite the looker. You hear feminist and you think...
Funny, you both look exactly like I imagined.
Oh!
You guys are worried that my magazine can offer them something that you can't.
One thing I'm certain of is that Wanda Wilkerson is satisfied in the bedroom department.
Are you, though?
Never had a single complaint.
And I'm sure that your marriages are built on openness and communication.
Actually, I'm single.
Shocker. But as a woman, let me let you in on a little secret. What she tells you and what's really happening may not be the same thing.